because the unitary type of government was created by the Spaniards in 1521 for 400 years. When the Americans came, because we were given this country was just like a chattel, we were passed on to the Americans, they maintained the unitary type until today. You know, if you look down to Australia, it's parliament, federal. If you go still down to the south, there's New Zealand, it's federal parliament. You go up to Singapore, it's federal parliament. You look at Malaysia, it's federal parliament. You go to Japan, Diet, it's a parliament. And you go to South Korea, bigger parliament. I said if a shift to federal would greatly improve things, because then you do not need to wait for us to receive. In federal, you retain the proceeds of your resources. Then you contribute to the national federal government. Ito ang Pilipinas eh. Let's limit ito. President, mayor, the powers are. It's not inclusive. The residual powers not found in that document's autonomy law goes back to the DILG. In a federal system, the president, the prime minister, yan, kung wala dyan, bababa yan doon sa automatically devolved down to the local governments. Yan ang maganda. It's about time. We're the only ones hanging on to. It's really for control. Just the reason why you want to build a railway and everything, you have to go to NEDA. Ang NEDA, sino pong taga NEDA dito? Dukdukin yung ulo nyo. Tagal ninyong mag-process. You sit on the paper. You know, in Davao, you have 72 hours. Baski anong klaseng opisina, you want a clearance, you want a certificate, or what? 72 hours. After 72 hours, you cannot release the papers anymore. You have to forward it to me. Why, with the explanation, why it took you more than 72 hours, 4 days to process the paper.
Thank you. That's the reason why we need an enforcer president, which translates to Mr. Duterte. Thank you.
Okay.
Hindi kasi ninyo alam, he's my relative, that's why he talks that way. Always there is.
Okay, we have one there, sir.
Hi, Mayor. I'm Francis Romero from Jonestown, the South Philippines. My question is, sir, aside from the nationwide government privileges and benefits granted to developers and investors like the BOI, the PESA, have Davao City, during your leadership, implemented special benefits or laws or ordinances that is aimed to further attract developers to develop in Davao or investors to invest in the city?
Ang isang problema lang is the NPA. If you are into agricultural venture, agricultural farming, you have to deal sometimes with the NPAs. And that is a reality which we cannot really deny everywhere. But the NPAs are very strong, or maybe the strongest sa Region 11. What I do there is I talk to them. I am a son of a poor man. Though my father became governor 1957-67, kinakausap ko lang. Yung taxation nila, hindi mo madala sa takot eh. Hindi talaga kaya. I mean, they are there everywhere. So I talk to them and to stop or to at least mitigate the travails of taxation. Pagkabago kasi sinasabi ko lang, Andre, pagbigyan mo ng panahon. Do not tax them to death at this early. Malulugi yan. Most of them bananas. Hindi banana industry. Kakao. Pero kung dito sa teritoryo ko, sa Davao City, I can guarantee you there will be no violence, even if you do not pay. Sinasabi ko, huwag ninyong patayin yung tao just for money. Prangka-prangka mo rin ako doon sa NPA. But I know the lingo, the talkative, because galing ako sa baba. It was a long and winding road of sacrifice, so that I really know ang problema sa baba. That's why I can talk to them. Pero yung mga business ventures, you let me know in advance so that I can talk to the NPAs And maybe sabihin ko, give them a moratorium. Wala ka ng resibo dyan, ikaw pang apurado. But I take care of business sa Davao. And I must know. Ang rule talaga sa Davao, let me know kung ano ang problema mo. Kaya if I see yung mga kidnapper dyan, tapos sabihin ng pulis, sir, may nag-iikot-ikot dyan. Yung pa naman yung nag-kidnap sa Bulacan. Are you sure? Very sure. Kidnapin mo. Tabla-tabla lang. Tapos sabihin ng pulis, sir, nandito na sa amin. Sabi mo, hingan mo ng pera. Maraming pera yan kasi marang kinila. Sir, wala raw. Di ko patayin mo. Maraming istorya. Diba, si Dilima. May marinig ang Dilima yan. Wala na Duterte. It is only in this country you take an oath to tell the truth. Sa Congress, I was summoned to testify against Bangayan because of the rice smuggling. So I was, do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? Yes. At one time, sabi ni Enrile, can you identify Bangayan? Yes, it's the one. Tapos tanong si Senator Enrile, Mayor Duterte, what will you do if you find Bangayan smuggling rice? Sabi ko, I will gladly kill him. Maya-maya, itong si Jinggoy, sabi, ano, sabi mo, ano? Sabi ko, I'll give you an answer which you want to hear. Pag uwi ko doon sa hotel, nakahiga ako because I flew in overnight kasi magte-testify ako sa umaga. Yung crawler ng, hindi pala, nakaganon ako, sir. Ba pala, sir. Kalagay doon, Duterte to be sued for threatening. Bakit mo ako i-threaten? Masina. You tell the truth, yes. Anong gusto mo? Gusto kong patayin yan. Ay, bakit mo ako ngayon kukulong na...
Yes, please.
My name is Terry Felix. I'm from HSBC, and my question is, Mayor, if let's say you get elected into the presidency and you're successful in the office, as everyone in the room would seem to want, can you pick 5 people within the cabinet that you would want to remain in the same post for the next 6 years to continue their good work?
Ma'am, sa totoo niyan, sabihin ko na lang, mag-resign na ako bukas, inyo na yung gobyerno. Kailangan, I mean, at this age, I said, I have enough accolades in my life to make me happy. Kaya yung pinipikit ko yung mata ko, I think about the presidency, halos pareho lang eh. Except that I govern a bit of the territory in Mindanao. Para sa akin, okay na ako. Mga anak ko, tapos na. Nanununtok na nga yung gagang Inday na yun. Inday Sara.
Yes, please.
Good afternoon. Mayor, I'm representing from the Business Mirror. No? It has been said that the country has that unfortunate fate not to elect their good president, no? And you appear to be one of the good ones. How do you propose to overcome the tendency to elect only famous people, like those in showbiz, no?
Ang ABCDE, itong D lower para the because of poverty and maybe the only luxury is really the shows, yung mga sine. And they identify themselves with the character that they see there. It's part of the psyche, the community psyche. Hindi mo talaga maano yan. Kasi kapag artista na, tatalon-talon na sila gano'n. It's because lack of education. We cannot hope to bring this country to the next century if we cannot educate. If you cannot educate your children. That is why I said, if I become president, I propose to stop infrastructure projects. Complete those that are being done, but no new. I will use the money for mitigation sa mga kapwa-tao natin. Education really is very important.
Yes, please. State your name.
Good afternoon, Mayor. My name is Josephine Reyes, Legal Broadcasting Corporation, DWIC, Home Radio. Sir, the recent schedule I have in Davao to visit our radio station there, I asked our staff, if you run for president, will they vote for you? They said no, because they don't want you to leave them. And then, if you do run for vice president,